Okay, good morning, guys. So this is basically chapter 4, the rise of the Muslim states, on pages 113 to 116 in your textbook. Here I have a picture of Damascus because remember, the Umayyads now have moved the capital of the Muslim Empire to Syria. It's no longer in Medina anymore. So I decided to put a little bit of art, as you can see there, to start it off. But this is chapter 4, lesson 1, pages 113 to 116. Okay, so let's get started. So the expansion of the Umayyad Empire. So now the Umayyads are in control. The caliphs are gone, so now they're Umayyad caliphs. So they're, as you can remember, that it's family chosen now. So basically, now that the family is in charge, the royal family, they're going to start to expand. And they're going to go east and they're going to go west. So you guys have drawn a map of this. This was the one I think we did last week, the big map of the Muslim Empire. So in the east, they're going to be pushing into India. I mean, they are going to be going east, which is, for those of you that are looking at a map, to your right. And they are pretty much inside of India, inside Pakistan, or modern-day Pakistan today. They are moving, okay? And the cities that you guys remember that you stopped at was Bukhara. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And Samarkand. I don't know if I'm saying that one right either. But I'm sure my Indian students can correct me. So they're going to be going east. They're going to be using when they start to invade east, it's not like it's something that's planned. Umayyads are going to fight a type of guerrilla warfare style. For those of you that don't know what guerrilla warfare is, it's kind of like when you attack, retreat, hide, then attack again. So it's kind of one of those quick attacks. It's like you attack, then you move away. You attack, and you move away. It's not like a normal war battle where you have everybody lined up and you have a plan and a strategic idea of what to conquer and what to take over. They're not going to have everything organized at first, okay? Eventually, though, in 700 AD, that changes. They start figuring out, hey, we're pretty good at fighting. We have a pretty good military. Let's just take over, okay? Because at first, they were just kind of trying it out to see if they actually could take people over and conquer them, and they found out they could, so they were just like, hey, let's keep doing it. So then they start moving out to the west. Now, when they move out into the west, all of North Africa is now conquered by the Umayyad Empire, the Muslim Empire. So now North Africa is converted to pretty much Muslim. So that is now changed. The Nile, all these Tigris rivers, all these rivers are now controlled by them. But now they're moving into Spain and Portugal. This is new. Okay, they're leaving the Middle East, they're leaving Asia, they're leaving North Africa, and they're expanding into Europe. Now, if you remember, we haven't been in Europe in a while. After the Roman Empire fell, we haven't really talked about them. The Western Roman Empire fell, I should say. But remember, there's still people in Europe. There's still empires there, and hopefully you can remember who were over in Europe or who took over the Roman Empire. Okay, so Muslims are going to control Spain now. And they're going to control Portugal. And this is going to be interesting when we talk about this group of people called the Moors, which we'll get into a little bit later. But now you're going to have Spanish, European, Portuguese people mixing with Muslim people. You're almost making like a new ethnicity, a new race. Umayyads and Spanish and Portugal people combined together, which is going to get these new creation of people called Moors, which we're going to talk about a little bit. But this is going to be huge because now you have the Muslim Empire invading another empire that's in Europe, and that's what that blank line is for. Because I'm wondering, can you remember who is still in Europe? Who still has most of the power? What is this empire called? And I'm going to let you guys try to figure that out. It's not that hard to figure it out because we've talked about them a lot. And you'll probably start to see why now Muslims and this other group have a difficult time in getting along. Okay? Next. So right here is basically now, once the Umayyads take over, they are going to do something different than what the Caliphs and Muhammad did with their empire, and of course the Romans. They're going to break things up in a thing called a bureaucracy. A bureaucracy is basically where you are going to give other people power under you so that you can control your huge empire. So they're going to kind of divide the power up because they saw what happened to Rome. When you have just one emperor, it's really hard to take control of everything. So you're still going to have your Umayyad Caliph ruler on top, but now you're going to have these new people called emirs, which are Muslim governors, which is supposed to be in the middle, but for some reason it got moved to the left. And then these emirs are going to have these local clan leaders under them. So as you can see, it's kind of like what we have today. You know, you have your president who's in charge of all 50 states. Then you have a governor who's in charge of that particular state. And then you're going to have a mayor that's in charge of cities or towns. So that's basically what a bureaucracy is. That's basically what a bureaucracy is. You're breaking up the power so that basically it's easier to control. And that is what the Umayyads are going to come up with. They're going to separate it because they saw what happened at Rome. Okay, so basically, remember when we drew their pyramid on the social structure, they're changing their social structure. They're changing their S in the grapes for their empire. Okay, another thing that they're going to do that's pretty amazing is they're going to come up with their own common coin and common language. Umayyad Caliph Abd al-Malik it's Abdul Malik, sorry, I said his name wrong, will make Arabic the official language in 685 AD. This is kind of common. I mean, pretty much everybody does speak Arabic in the Middle East now, but now they're going to make it the official language, which is going to help spread Islam more because now you're going to have everybody speaking the same thing. Just kind of like if you know what our official language is here in our country. So this is nothing new, but there are still some people who live out in some nomads that live out in the middle of the desert that do speak a different dialect, but you're going to have Arabic. It's going to be the official language. Okay? He's also going to introduce a common coin. So before you had, traders, nomads trading with, goods, salt, ivory, gold. They've been using different things to trade. Well, the problem with that is when you don't have common money or common coin, common currency, it's like you can't, sometimes one trader won't take certain things. So they're going to say, you know what, let's stop this. Let's just have, everybody has the same money, okay, the same coin. And he's going to use quotes, okay, quotes that are going to be from the Quran that is going to be placed on this money. This is huge because, again, it's promoting Middle East, it's promoting Arabic language, it's promoting Islam. So here is a great way that they're trying to promote the things to get people to believe in Islam and also to convert. It's kind of the same thing with our money now. I mean, if you look at any dollar bill we have in God we trust. So you see religion is kind of mixing into everyday life, okay, with the common language. Also, common coinage helps with trading, buying and selling goods. Commerce just makes buying, okay, buying and selling goods much easier in the empire. And if you look to your left, that is a picture of the coin that they used when they started their common coinage back in 685, 700 AD. So this is huge. This is big. I mean, it took a while for the United States to come up with this idea. A lot of people don't know, and you'll find out next year, we had different types of currencies for different states. And this makes it complicated because if you have, let's say in California, the common money is, surfboards. I don't know, I'm just making things up. But if you go to Nevada, it's poker chips. It's really hard to sell things to Nevada or buy things from Nevada. So that's why, basically, to have the same type of money and coinage, it makes things a lot easier, as well as speaking the same language. Okay? All right, this last slide is going to be a different slide. This last slide is going to be homework for you. And this is something that you're going to have to read the last section of this chapter. So what you're going to do is read the last section of this chapter and answer these following questions, such as what caused the Muslim empire to split? Okay, because it is going to split again. What was the new group to protest, and what was their problems or problem with the Umayyads? So the Umayyads are now going to have problems, which is kind of interesting because they caused problems. What other groups had a difficult time with the rule of Umayyads, and was a problem and was their problems the same as this new group? Explain. So this is going to be something that you guys are going to be working on your own, and you can pause this and forward it as much as you like. Also, how did the new group take the power away from the Umayyads? So that is it for today. Oh, forgot one more question. Sorry. And that will be it.